Welcome back to 45 Sports. Today we'll be talking about UFC. We're a little outdated. Our last video was UFC 277. We missed the last 2 weeks, but we're going to pick it up. We're going to talk about them. And yeah, we'll get right into them. We're going to start off with the Santos and Hill card. I mean, amazing card. Every fight went by a finish. You don't ever see that. I think the last time was like 2014. Yeah. So
there wasn't much hype going into that card either, was there?
I mean, there was like a tiny bit. Just because the Ultimate Fighters were getting their, to see who would win.
That's true.
Returning Ultimate Fighter winner of last year, Brian Battle fought. And then, obviously, just to see if Hill was legit. But, yeah, it was, we'll start it off. I mean, just to mention a couple guys at the beginning. Brian Battle, great head kick. That was cool. Sam Alvey. 9 fights, he's 8-1, or, 8-1, so that's not very good. He's cut.
He's going down.
Yeah. Did start off with T-Rex, Terrence McKinney, who was a, minus 950 favorite.
I really like him. Gonzalez probably isn't that good, but Terrence McKinney looked really good because he was all over him in that fight, from the start, right?
Yeah, he was.
That's good. I think coming up, maybe a couple more months or so, he could be really good.
Yeah. I think if you give him 2 or 3 more fights, he's getting real close.
To top 15?
Yeah, to being ranked.
He's calling out Patty. He really wants that fight.
Yeah, I did see that.
Everybody wants the Patty fight. I mean, that's a money fight right there.
That may be too much for him. I don't know. Patty's pretty good.
Patty's good, and so yeah, Terrence is good too, man. They're both good. Sergey Spivak, I mean, he just destroyed Sakai.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything much to the fight.
To be honest with you.
And same with the next fight with Juliana Miller. In my opinion, she basically dominated the whole fight.
We didn't really like her going into that fight either.
No, but I walked out and I was kind of like, okay,
yeah,
I like her a little bit more. I don't know. On Ultimate Fighter, she gave me weird vibes, but leaving the fight, I was kind of like, okay.
Muhammad Usman. That dude.
He looked like a stud.
He was huge.
He was so much more built, and he just looked like he was. I don't know. Just a better
probably helps
fighter.
that his brother is
It helps his brother's
the best
Kamaru
fighter.
Usman,
But it's crazy to think that we thought he was so huge and he only weighed 240.
Yeah.
I mean, he did weigh more because he got back more from rehydration, but he literally looked like he was like 260.
Yeah,
like Derek.
Yeah. He was huge.
Like a muscly Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
He looked like a toned Derek Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to watching him.
Yeah, I hope he gets one more fight this year. That'd be kind of cool to get. Vincent Lecue was a huge favorite in this fight. I mean, I think it was like 450.
Yeah, he was what, 5 and Neil was 12, something like that.
Yeah.
Neil was 12, 13, something like that.
It was something like that, something around that range. So no one saw that coming. I'll tell you that.
And Lecue was in there. He stayed in that fight a lot longer than I thought he was going to.
Oh yeah, he should have been out there in the first.
He's got an iron chin.
He does. I mean, obviously he got TKO'd, but
he should have been.
He should have been.
It should have been over first
You're right.
round. Definitely second round.
Yeah,
but
you were 100% right about that. And then we'll move into the main event where Jamal Hill showed he had cardio pretty much, and then he still TKO'd him in the 4th. And most of the rounds were given to Jamal, even though Thiago was taking him down. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, overall that was a great card. Like I said, first time that every fight's been a finish since 2014, I believe.
That's impressive.
Yeah. We'll move into the next fight card, which wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. It definitely lived up better than what it should have been. We'll mention just a couple on the early prelims. Tyson Nam, Josh Quinlan, and Gabriel Benitez. Those were great KOs. Every single one of them. So.
Yeah, I kind of thought Jason Witt was going to win, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Quinlan surprised me.
He could have really hurt him after that.
Yeah.
If he didn't, stop himself.
Yep.
That could have been.
I like him though, because after the at the interview, he was like, "I'm not trying to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I just want to try to get done what needs to get done."
Yeah.
Because he could have kept going.
He really could have.
Nate Landwehr, the entire fight. Well, I had Onama winning the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah. I don't think it was very close the first round.
And then it looked like Onama. Onama was doing really well, and then Landwehr, I don't know what happened, but the second and third rounds, he
turned
came out. Yeah, he was
guns a-blazing.
He was firing from the entire time. I was shocked that Onama lasted that long, and what I thought was interesting is both of them were like wobbled the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, and they were both showboating.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Landwehr started showboating and all this, and like turning his back, and I don't know. I just wouldn't have been showboating in that situation,
No.
being that wobbled.
They also lost so many submission attempts. Oh, well, it says 2, but I don't know. They're
I
kind
thought
of
there
weird.
were more than that.
There definitely was. They're weird about that, but it was so like they said it was very humid in the arena, and yeah, it showed in that fight because those guys were trying to get submissions and they just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, even though Onama lost, I still
Would give him-
respect Onama because
I was
He
telling
was-
Sam this earlier. After the first round, I thought Onama was going to come in the second and just get it done with. Like, get it over and done with.
He almost did too.
And he almost did. And after the second round, I thought Nate was going to come out in the third round and just get it done and over with because he had such a good second round. And like you said, in the third round, they both just had no energy left.
Yeah.
They were both stumbling.
If that fight went 20 more seconds, I think Onama probably would have knocked him out. Because if you remember,
Probably, yeah.
Nate got knocked down at the end of the fight, and
There's like, 15 seconds left? Something like
I
that.
think it was like it wasn't long. I think it was like 13. He got knocked down, and then he kind of just held on to him. But I really think if there was like 25 seconds, I think you could have saw a knockout for Onama. But props to both those fighters.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll move to the main. Chito Vera versus Dominic Cruz. Personally wanted to see Dom Cruz get a win. I wanted to see him get his title run and, maybe fight Jose Aldo because I would have loved that fight, or just go to the championship. And he was looking like he was going to win. He was up 2-1.
Yeah, I thought I had it 29-28.
Yeah. That's what everybody, actually, all 3 judges had that too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like there was
No,
weird.
he was having a really good fight up
Yeah.
until...
I think he just dropped his hands, honestly.
Yeah, and his weird technique of going side to side and kind of weird jumping and movement has always been the way, but I don't know.
That kick from Chito Vera, though, that was really good.
It was
Did you see what that man's nose looked like?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like crooked.
yeah, that was bad.
Really bad.
I got to give it to Chito. I don't like the guy.
Mm-mm.
I really don't. But I mean he gets whooped a lot in fights and then just kind of finishes them in the end. So that's just going to be his style, I guess. I don't really see him dominating fights. If he's going to be, having razor close fights with Dom Cruz, who's 37 and,
But he just needs that
exactly.
one shot.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
over.
All right, then we're going to talk about UFC 278. Obviously, the big fight, Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards 2. They fought in 2016, I believe, something like that. Maybe 17. And it really wasn't that close. A couple 30-27s and then a 29-28 for Usman. Usman really just wrestled him. And Leon was only a boxer at that point in his career. What do we think about this fight?
I'm rooting for Leon Edwards. I don't know if he can get it done because I think Usman is definitely a lot more experienced, and he's fought, I think, a lot harder fighters to fight.
Yeah.
But if Leon can get it done, I think he can get it done. But yeah, I think it's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Usman's the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter. I mean, it'd be nice to see Leon win because I like Leon, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
It'd be cool to get a trilogy fight, like
Yeah.
at the end of the year, like a December, or even like to start the year next year.
Yeah.
Moving to the next fight, co-main, Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold hasn't fought since 2019 when he moved up to light heavyweight, got knocked out by Jan Blachowicz. And before that, he beat David Blanche, but lost to Yoel Romero before that. So we haven't really seen much of Rockhold in the last few years. Costa's kind of a question mark because he missed weight in his last fight. But he always brings the fight, except when it's against Israel.
I hope Rockhold wins.
Yeah, I just want a good fight.
Yeah, him not fighting for 2 years, that's tough. Even if you're training as much as you possibly can, you're not actually fighting somebody.
And he was supposed to fight last year. He was supposed to, and against Sean Strickland, but it fell through.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. I think that'll be a really good fight.
Yeah, I think Paulo Costa, we might see the old Paulo Costa return, where he's just coming for your head and trying to knock it off.
Yeah.
So, next we'll move into Jose Aldo versus Merab Dvalishvili. Very young, well, not young fighter in Merab, but, not very experienced compared to Jose Aldo. That's what I see when this matchup is that Jose Aldo, arguably the featherweight GOAT, a great bantamweight. Merab, he's only had 18 fights. Jose's literally,
I hope Aldo wins.
Yeah, I want to have Aldo get one more title run.
Yeah. We'll see.
How many more fights do you think Jose tries to do before he retires?
I think if he wins this fight,
Wins it, outright?
He beat Cheeto.
Yeah.
He holds a win over Cheeto. So my thought is he beats Merab, he gets that title fight after UFC 280. He gets the winner of TJ and Aljamain. And then if he wins, he retires on top. That's what I think he does. Because I don't think he's going to be in the game much longer. I know he's only 35.
That's a lot of fights.
But yeah, he's 31-7.
Yeah.
He's been doing this thing for a long time. I just have one fight I want to talk about. Alexander Romanov is not getting enough love. These are two ranked fighters, and they're heavyweights, okay? But they're having Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hunsucker at light heavyweight on top of their fight. These guys aren't even ranked.
Yeah, you don't have to even know much about UFC. 8-3 and 7-5. I think I'd rather have 16-0 and
22-7.
Someone it's probably gonna go
At heavyweight.
Yeah.
Why is this fight on the prelim card?
Maybe they're just trying to get people to
They
watch
are.
early.
They are. But seriously, these are the fights. It's not like there's an amazing... honestly, this card is pretty lackluster in my opinion up until the top three.
Yeah.
But, they have Francis Figueiredo. That's kind of cool, but...
Who is he? A brother?
Yeah.
That is kind of weird.
There's nothing really that crazy about this card. And, I guess it's just to help the prelim card get more views. But still.
Probably.
Yeah.
I do like those top three fights.
Those top three fights are very
Those
good
would be
fights.
very good.
Yes.
Or that was 405 Sports talking about the UFC. Next week we'll be talking about Gane versus Tuivasa. That'll be a good fight.
Oh, boy.
Whitaker versus Vettori, another good fight. UFC is stacked for the next few months. Besides UFC 279, that one's pretty bad, but UFC is looking good.
I thought a lot of the cards were going to be bad, and they ended up being good. So we'll
Very
see.
true.